Welcome to the fourth installment of the FM series with Real Sporting de Gijón. I will go through the results of the October month. The first match of the month was the away game against Barcelona B. As you see, we won 4-0 comfortable with almost the double of shots and 4 of them on target, including an own goal by Oyer Olazábal when the ball was bounced off the crossbar and then off him. A very good match that went according to plan, as it never involved getting anything with the possession, and where we made Barcelona B players look very poor. The second match was a disappointment, in which we drew 3-3 against a team we should have won comfortably. We did dominate it in terms of shots and possession, but first we went 1-0 down during the first match, the first half, and we had to make a few changes to then come back to a 3-1 advantage over them. Then, two counter-attacks and a little lack of concentration from my players allowed them to come back to end with a 3-all draw. Not happy with this match, in which the players ought to be somewhat complacent, which is a problem I will have to face during the season, as they tend to be too overconfident on occasion. Next was an extra time win over Sabadell in the third round of the Copa del Rey. We were okay, and it is not a bad result to need the extra time, since Sabadell is a good team that is in the high part of the table in the league, and as the stats show, we were pretty even with them. It was only bad in that an extra time meant more tiredness for the players, with another match coming 3 days after. I come back to this match because I forgot to show you something that I've never ever seen before in any of the other FM versions that I've played, and that is Matebilitz's goal. Always it is the same in this kind of situation. Long ball from deep, header as a pass long where nobody is, just to be out of bounds or picked by the goalkeeper. Instead, here that is what we have. Belitz controls the ball with his head and brings it down to his feet so he can score. This was a gain in the league and was the worst result of the month, where the team showed the most serious degree of complacency, even if the body language doesn't show that at the end of the match. We started off with being 1-0 ahead at the 28th minute, but then they drew at the last moment of the first half, and then we just kept letting them arrive to our area. They didn't get too many shots because in general the defensive part of the team managed, the defenders and the fullbacks managed to tackle their players before they had the chance of shooting, but they were looking rather dangerous throughout the game, especially that second half. The next match was played against Guadalajara at home, and it was the easy game that it was supposed to be. We could have even won by a couple of goals more, but there wasn't enough luck in front of goal as to make the win be bigger. Not a bad result, but that is what was expected from us, so not that much to celebrate either. And the last match of the month was the first leg of the fourth round of the Copa del Rey against Granada, which is a Liga BBVA team. We went here with a 4-4-2 with a counter-attacking strategy, long passing, and two defensive midfielders, one central midfield defend and another deep lying playmaker defend, respectively Alex Barrera and Nacho Cases. As you can see, I didn't make any change, and that is because I didn't realize it was a first leg and I thought this fourth round was still single-legged like the third round was. And so I was keeping my substitutions for the extra time, with the idea of taking advantage of the tiredness, as the match had been rather level during all the 90 minutes, with them scoring just a little after we did. A couple of notes about this game are that Diego Buonanotte got warned about getting booked in the second minute, then he got the yellow in the 8th minute. So then I did something that I very rarely do, and I set him to be tackled hard, with the idea of forcing him to get angry and earn a second yellow card. It didn't work, as he resisted that during all the first half and was substituted at the half time. And the formation was changed to the 4-4-2 with the two central midfielders with a defensive role, because in the team report Granada was reported to be having more trouble when playing against a 4-4-2 with two defensive midfielders. I didn't pull them back to the defensive midfield line because neither Barrera or Nacho Cases are comfortable in that line, and if I wanted to play natural players for that position, I would have had to pick both Christian Bustos and Mandy, but I didn't want to use both. I could have used one natural and one not so comfortable there, but I didn't want to do that, so instead of actually putting the players in the defensive midfield line, I gave both the defensive role. It worked rather well, with both in space deep, moving the ball between them and then forward. There were a number of through balls from Nacho Cases toward Mete Pilic, who was set as the target man. But in the end that didn't work to create the goal, and the goal came through the wing play. I will show you it in a moment. And there you saw it. This is not that bad of a result because they are a top level team, and I still have hopes of winning away, getting at least one goal, and reaching the 5th round of the Copa del Rey, which is the minimum expectation of the board in this competition. And I probably will start with a 4-4-2 as well, since the formation worked in this match so well. But I will try to play with players that will allow to turn back into a 4-5-1, because they might use a 4-2 defensive midfielders, 2 wide midfielders, and 1 attacking midfielder central and 1 striker, which is what they turned to after I scored the goal to come back, and from that point they were especially dangerous. I could have well lost the match. So if they use that, the 4-4-2 won't be the right answer, and I will want to change to the 4-5-1 and set the defensive midfielder on the attacking midfielder to control them and be more solid defensively. With the results I showed you, you can see now that we are top of the league by 1 point over Almeria and Recreativo de Huelva, and within a win distance of Elche, Villarreal and Jerez. It is been a tight league so far, but if we keep the good results that we had before this month, we can open enough gap with the teams behind to reach the end of the season without chance of direct promotion. Team stats in the league were top scorers and joint second that concede the least goals, which is a very good couple of data to be optimistic about the future this season. One curious set of stats are the goals from set pieces. I rarely in any other save in FM13 or any version before that get above the 7th or 8th, above the 7th in either of those stats. This is the first time I am on top of just one of them. So not only is the first that I am top in one of them, I am top in the 3 of them, joined top with Numancia and Murcia in the direct free kicks. This is an oddity for my teams. We'll see how much it lasts. In the individual statistics of the league, we have the top assist and joint second scorers with Oscar Trejo and Mate Bilic. 2 very good data with Ricardo and Luis Hernandez being at the top of the pass completion, especially Ricardo, since he uses to play as the advanced playmaker. And here is one important thing: with his 68% in the shots of target on target ratio, Mate Bilic may have well earned to be the first choice in the striker position. And now to end with the stats in the last 5 games, which is nearly the month. The average rating is topped by Oscar Trejo, but Mate Bilic is not far behind, with 6% better shot of target on target ratio. Carlos Carmona, who didn't look too very convincing to me at the pre-season, is the second with the assist, and he's been convincing, and he will probably earn some more importance in the team. Appearance wise, in general, they are rather shared between the players. But what is more important is that the defense works exactly as I want it to. The interception stat is led by the center backs, and the tackles done by the defensive midfielders Mandy, Cases, Bustos, and the fullbacks Roberto Canilla. Asier del Horno. I was interrupted, so I've stopped, and I think I said that apart from the center backs being having the most interceptions, the tackling are done mostly by the midfielders and left backs above the center backs, with only Ivan Hernandez being among them, and curiously being a player that a couple of times has played as the defensive midfielder before Bernardo got injured, which might have raised his tackling stats above the central defender numbers. And that, I think, is everything I wanted to say in this chapter. This coming month we have some tough matches, perhaps the most of the season, against Recreativo Elche, Almería, who are the three of them at the top of the league. So this month can shape much of what we can expect this season. We can either drop and then have some trouble keeping up with the top and have difficulty in getting the direct promotion that we're hoping for. We can just remain more or less level with the competition and be still a hard season ahead of us, or maybe we can get the results and open a small gap that might give us a better chance to end with a direct promotion spot, or even winning this league this season. We will see. That is all. Goodbye and thanks for watching.